So here we have Allie. We are going to be working on Allie's stays in this video. So I'm going to show you how we start to build up duration and distance throughout the stays. She did already learn these a little while ago, so she is still learning them. Of course, she's a baby, so they take a little time, but I'm going to show you our basis and how we start off. So for the first little bit, I'm just going to start off with just a sit. Yes. And then I'm going to do a down as well. Good girl. Now she is working off of that lure, so she doesn't have to go all the way down, or I don't have to point all the way to the ground, but I'm kind of slowly working my way up. Good girl. Slowly working my way up so I can just tell her down from up here and she'll lay down. Okay, so first we're going to start off with a sit stay, and I'm not going to give her any treats when I put her in this stay. Good girl. Allie, sit. Allie, sit. Yes. Stay. Sit. Stay. So when I put her in that stay. When I put her in that sit stay, I want her to sit. Stay. So stay, that flat open hand telling her to stay. I was trying to get her to do it up against this so she wouldn't slide out, but that's okay. Just telling her stay. And if she were to break, as you can see, she was doing a bit of breaking, I want to pick her back up and put her right back into the place I put her in. So if it were to be a down stay, I put her back into that down stay. Since it's a sit stay, I'm putting her right back into that sit stay. And it is the word stay with that flat open hand telling her to stay. I'm just going to walk around a little bit. Stay. Doing a bit more of distance with her. As she gets older, you can build the time, so build duration and distance. Stay. I don't want her swiveling around, so she can look. That's perfectly fine, but I don't want her to swivel. Okay. And then that release word of okay. Good girl, Allie. Good girl. Good girl. So I don't want her to stay on her butt and kind of turn where I'm going. I want her to be able to look around, but be able to hold that position if I were to walk away. So I'm going to have her do one more. Allie, sit. Stay. Putting her into that stay. Good girl. And that was good. She's holding it this time for me. Good girl, Allie. Stay. Sit. Sit. Stay. Sit. Sit. Allie. Stay. Stay. We're going to see if she'll bring her feet back up. Just going to sit like that uncomfortably. So obviously some distractions. They're always good to work through. People walking by. So I just want to make sure she knows she has to follow through when there is people walking by. So I'm going to go up and release her so she isn't like that. Okay. Okay. Good girl. I don't really want her to sit like that for too long. So I'm going to have her do a down stay now. Allie. Down. Stay. Stay. Good girl. So that's good. Just giving her those little vocal warnings of when she is thinking about breaking. Of course, she was like, what the heck? I didn't do anything. But those just help her focus back in, cue back in on me. That way, if she were to break, she'd already have that little bit of a warning, just like a warning signal before she would break. And if she doesn't follow through with that, or doesn't follow up with that and keep holding that stay, then I would have to, if she were to fully break, then I'd have to pick her back up and put her right back into that down stay. But this is good of her to just kind of stay there. Allie, stay. So if I'm walking away or walking into somewhere where she won't be able to see me, I want to tell her to stay again before I do that or go away. Just so she knows that she's still in that stay and doesn't have to follow me. So this is another good test. Stay. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Yes, good girl. And then the release word is always okay. Good girl. I only want to say these things one time. So like the down, I only want to say it once. And same with that okay release word. Only say it once. So I'm going to have her do one more down. Stay. Down. Yes. Stay. Good girl. Stay. Yes. Good girl, Allie. So here we have another test for her. Stay. So I'm going to pop her right back into that down. Stay. Stay. Maybe not. Stay. So she heard someone walking in the other way, so she went to get up. So I just told her and then put her right back into that stay. Now, of course, as she gets older, she'll be able to hold stays throughout all of those distractions, but because she's such a baby, she's very interested, she's very curious and loves people. So she loves to go say hi or go see different things. So just by keeping it positive, not being too negative when she does break because she's so young, it just helps her in the long run. Good girl, Allie. And of course, for time and duration, it just takes time to build that up. Right now, she can go for as many minutes as we're doing. Of course, when she comes home, you're not going to do it for such long periods of time, just because you want to build up your bond with her, your confidence level, things like that, with doing the commands with her. Allie, stay. So I'm going to walk into this room right down here. Stay. Reminding her stay as I'm walking away and into the other room, out of sight. Now walk back up to her, and then I'm going to give her that release word when I'm up close. Okay. Okay. There you go. Good girl. So I did say it twice that time, but I just wanted to know that is the release word. Good girl. And I don't want to release her from long distances, just because if I were to go out of the room and she might think that I gave her that release word when I'm far away, I don't want her thinking that. I want her knowing that I'm going to have to come up close for her to get that release word. Okay, you ready? You ready to do one more of each? Come here. Allie, sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Stay. I'm just telling her one more time before I walk away, just because she did break that first little time. Allie, stay. 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 Good girl. Good girl. So that's a good challenge for her. I'm going to go up and praise her for that. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Stay. And then I'm going to give that release word. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good. Okay. All right, we're going to do one more down stay. Come here. Down. Stay. Stay. Good girl. I'm going to walk past her again. Stay. All the way down the hall, and then I'll come back up. Stay. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Stay. So this is going to be another another hard thing for her. So I'm going to pop her right back into that down. Stay. Down. Stay. And then, so this is difficult because I am walking the other direction. So she can't really turn and look at me because I am out of sight and out of reach for her. And I don't want to make it super negative for her. Stay. So just by popping her right back into that. Stay. Good girl. And I'm going to make her hold this for a little bit longer before I give her that release word, just because she did break those few couple times. So I'm just going to kind of let her hold it until I want to give her that release word. What was I going to say? Of course, being this young, it definitely takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of time, and effort to just get her to be able to hold these for really long distances and durations. Of course, she is just a baby still, so we're still working on it daily and just getting lots of practice in, but it does take a little bit of time. Okay. Good girl. Good girl, Allie. Good girl. And I don't want her to think of it negatively either. I want to be gentle when I'm putting her back into those positions, such as if I'm putting her back into that downstay, she's going to be a little nervous because she knows what she did wrong. So when I say and start walking over, she is a little nervous just because she knows she did something wrong, and she loves to please, so she doesn't like feeling like she's in the wrong, which is perfectly okay, but I just want to plop her back down. That way she knows what I'm asking of her. And you only have about a 10-second window to put them back into that position. So you want to be kind of quick, or else it goes in one ear, out the other, and you have to restart. So just by keeping it positive, putting them right back into that position, no praise when you do that. You can go up and praise them throughout the stays, but you can't praise them when you're putting them back in those positions if they just broke. Hi. Yes, I know you want attention. I know you want your attention. You want your attention, I know. You smell the treats in my hand? I'm just going to end on a quick sit and a down from her. Allie, sit. Yes. Allie, down. Good girl. And we'll do one more of each. Sit. Yes. Down. Good girl. And of course, lots and lots of praise.